Hey toffees, nice night tonight. Let's have a little bit of a walk and rant, ranty panty, ants in your pants, make fucking your toffee mind explode. I'm up down with Everton, and last time I did a little bit of a walk and Everton, little talky talk. Generally I was being positive. I was saying the pot's probably 20 million, they've got to spread it out to get 3-4 players. Listening to some stuff now, I believe the pot's probably nothing. I mean, they got what, 4 million for Samuel Smith, they got 7 million for Ellis Sims. I think the Samuel Smith money went to where we don't know where it's going to go, and I think the Sims money, which was probably about 4 million up front, has gone on to Dan Juma, and we've probably got a pot of nothing. Our pot might actually only be the grey money if we sell grey. There's some beautiful, look, check out this, look. Oh, I've got a beauty for you tonight. Look at this. Woo! I like to give you the good views. That's what I do. So I'm just having a walk and de-stress. But yeah, the pot's probably nothing. And I've got, it's just come out today, Nonto, who I really wanted. 30 million they want for him. So all these rumours that we've been getting excited about, nowhere near what we can probably pay. Well, nowhere near what we will pay. I hope by some miracle things change and we do spend big. But when you do put your head, when you do take your positive head off and you put your realistic one on, probably haven't got a pot to piss in. Now this is a bit of a ranty rant, and I'm just going to have one because I ain't deluded. I'll always put the positives there because you've still got to crack on no matter what the situation. But I still see the negatives that you see. I just try and move away from them and focus on the positives. But I'm just going to call them out now on this little bit of Everton rant. So, yeah, let's just have a little walk around this guy here. Got a dog after me. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're right, mate. Attacks. Bye, dog. Look, I didn't bring mine up with Everton. Yes, oh my days, this is special. Whoa! Holy macaroni, this has got to be one of the best. The best since I've moved here. This is, holy macaroni, what a view. Check this out, I'll stand at the top of here. Oh mate, when you get closer it's just so good. You can't get it from the top there. You'll get it on the walk and talk anyway. I've got loads to rant about because I'm going to go deep on Everton here. So basically, we'll go back to, we could go back years and years because Kenwright has been a complete failure since coming. But if we go back to Brand, when he was in with the Crown, he goes, is it just my fault? Is it just me? I think he was basically calling them out then. If you go back to that, there was a problem with Kenwright then. We wanted movement, we wanted Kenwright gone. Kenwright got away with it, Moshiri got away with it, Brands went. So they just got away with it. We wanted movement, we got the ball rolling, and then all of a sudden, just because we got movement, we accepted it. That wasn't good enough, was it? Brands going just wasn't the answer. Kenwright needed to be gone then. Later on, we need movement again. It's not right, it's still not right. The problem's still there. Moshiri and Kenwright. So we want movement again. Big strikes last season, big strikes. Probably the best we've ever done on pushing things. We had all the media on our side. You get this view in a minute. We had all the media on our side. Big strikes. Never felt so powerful as fans. Felt like we could get Kenwright gone. We get told the border going. And we feel like we've done it. Then Denise goes. Sharpie goes. And the other guy goes, and those three go, but we hear Kenwright has got a meeting. Kenwright's got a meeting with Moshiri. We hear, and this could be bullshit, that Kenwright wants to go, but Moshiri wants him to stay for his financial experience, thinking that he could be a big help. This is all bullshit, by the way, but that's what we got told. So once again, the two people at the top The main problem, stay. So every time we've got movement, we've just accepted them palming stuff off on other people that ain't the problem, and let the two clowns of the circus, the ones that are running the show, get away with it. We let them get away with it, and they're still there. And the big problem is, I wouldn't mind Moshiri still the owner, and Kenwright, I don't want him there, but I'm just saying an example. If they had realised the mistakes, come out and said, and they was going to learn from the mistakes, but they're both in denial. Kenwright's done his letters, he thinks he's done nothing wrong, he thinks that he's absolutely smashed it. All this failure, and he thinks everything's okay. Look at that, that's what I'm talking about. All this failure, that's what I was seeing. That is a beaut. All this failure, that is, I'm going to walk down to that, but that is literally one of the best sunsets I've ever seen. The camera's not doing it justice. But all this like failure, and he's not accepted it, and then you've got Moshiri saying Kenwright's the man. So they're not realising the bad. So how are they going to move forward and make us better if they've never done anything wrong? If you don't realise your mistakes, you can't move forward, because you're going to make more of them because you think you did nothing wrong. So they're the wrong people to be in place, and we're paying for it, you know. We are proper paying for it, and it winds me up. I move on, I don't give them the time of the day, but I tell you something, they are an absolute joke. It's like this window now. We sold Gordon for 40 million. Moyes Key money as well has just come in not long ago, and the adverts money and stuff like that. All that, we've had all this money that's popped up, and we don't see none of it. How can you sell someone for 40 million? Now this money is obviously going into them running the business wrong. They've obviously got themselves that much in debt that the money needs to go towards that. But that's the books, that's the financial books. They've seen that a while ago. They know that they're going to walk all over us, you know. They know that these shit times are coming, and it's disgusting. It just winds me up, because the books are there and there's nothing being done about it as well, because they're in denial. I want someone to come in, and I want someone to come in and look at the books and accept that we have been shit, but they're in charge of the books, Moshiri and Kenwright, and they're looking at it, and all the stuff they've got wrong, they're not accepting it. And it's just more and more shit, because it's like when you tell a lie and a lie and a lie, you become the biggest liar ever, and your life becomes fucked up. And that's what they're doing to Everton. That's literally what they are doing. It just does my head in that they are still in charge. You just had to separate them. If you can't get rid of Moshiri because he's got to sell up, then fair enough. It's getting windy now. If you can't get rid of him, then fair enough. At least separate them. You don't need Kenwright there. We needed someone fresh there. So it just does my head in, because it's like, this window we've got nothing to spend. And we've gone in, what, got 11 million, 7 million, 4 million. And we brought in Dan Juma for 4.5. And it's looking like we've got no budget whatsoever. When we've just recently, where's the Gordon money gone? Where's the Moyes Key money gone? Where's the Richarlison? We didn't spend it all, 30 million. That went into... If the books are that bad, then they should be dealing with it. There are ways around it. If you are in a mess financially, then you have to sacrifice. You have to look at it now and say, right, we're going to sell Iwobi. He's not signed his deal, not got long. We're going to sell him, and that's going to be our funding. Or get the grade gone quicker, or sell Mope if he's not that effective. You've got to bring money back in and turn the money around that way. But instead it's just getting left, and nothing is happening. And like I said, I can't believe we've got no money. We're selling players that we do need to replace. We should be selling Gordon for 40 million and bringing in 2-3 players. We've sold him halfway through last season, brought in no one, and this window we don't see any of the 40 million. We have to sell again, and we don't even look like we're going to spend all that just playing around with 11. These owners are so bad. They're in denial. Look at that. They're disgusting, and they just do my head in. Like I say, when I do go on them, I do go because they're a joke. I was thinking, like, I always think about Everton, you know me, and I was thinking that we should get like the all the kids again, the kids protest going at the start of the season. and just say, our future is not you, on the protest. Just to hit deep without it being, it just keeps it nice and peaceful. Our future is not you. And a big one, and get media all over it. All of us Everton fans take our kids and just say our future is not you, because you can't have a future with someone that is in denial and doesn't accept all the mistakes they've made. You can't move forward until you look at everything that's gone wrong and accept it. They don't, and it'll only go more wrong. They are complete clowns. They should be nowhere near our club. I don't know why Kenwright's still involved. I really don't. He must have something. Look at this. We'll have a little walk back now. He must have something in his contract on Moshiri for Moshiri not to be getting rid of him. It's beautiful, that is. Yeah, he must have something on his contract. I don't know. He needs to be gone though. We don't even know what's happening with MSP either. We don't even know what's happening with them. We don't know nothing. We're the worst run club ever. And Denise going and putting someone on that's doing the ground on the board is not going to make us a better run football club. We're going into this season with, like I said, I didn't rate the board anyway. Those three did need to go, but they haven't been replaced. We've just put anybody on there. How is that after 2 relegation battles? How are we not reacting? How are we just going again as the same? And I love Sean Dyche, and I think he's a cracking coach. We'll move on to that, because they do my head in. They need gone. Bad enough for the frigging idiots. So just get them gone. I always say, I'll just wait, they'll be gone when Moshiri sells up, but you can't help being frustrated with them with what they do. This transfer window, cracking players about, and we can't even afford them. They're not even prepared to put us in a situation to afford them. Players should be gone. We should have literally got rid of all the players we don't want early, so we could have got in with some players. Instead, everything's going to be a lastminute.com, unorganised, craply run by those frigging clowns. They just don't learn. So that's that on them. They do my head in. I'm sure they do yours too. The rant's probably hit deep with you like it does with me. Probably you think, yeah, he's right there. They do my head in as well. That's what I hope with these, that you do connect with your words, and it just makes you feel like, yeah, he's giving the same. But that's them. They need gone. Split them up if you can't get rid of both of them. That's what I say. Split them up and put someone around Moshiri that's better to fucking guide him a little bit better, because those two are just bad influences and disaster. It's like frigging, oh, don't even know what it's like. So that's them. And Dyche, onto Dyche. Everyone knows I rate Sean Dyche as a manager, and I think that he can coach us cracking. Look at that. I think he can coach us cracking, and I think he's got it all to get the best out of some of these players that just ain't that good. Dyche is a coach that can mentally help players that need helping, because our players ain't that strong mentally. So I think Dyche is a good manager on that front. But the big problem is, because that's one of his qualities, he can get good out of some players. We've seen McNeil come on when he come back. We've seen James Gone look good when he come in. I think Dyche just gets them more tactically organised and gets them working better. So I think Dyche is a good manager. I really do. And I think he doesn't let them all piss about. So he's the right man for me tactically. But there are big things that scare me with Sean Dyche. One, he's got an addiction to Michael Keane, because Michael Keane was his good days at Burnley. So we'll always see him in that light. And he's not seen him in our Everton light. So that's something that scares me, the attachment on that. He did let it go at the end with Mina, but are we back to that? Is he going to give him more chances? We don't know. That could be the downfall. I just hope Sean Dyche sees the players on performances and has no attachment to anyone. Then he'll be okay. And the second thing on Sean Dyche that scares me a little bit is when he was at Burnley, he said, I asked them what they're going to give me and that's it, and I leave them alone. I don't want him to be someone that licks this owner and board's arse and just says everything's okay, because that's what they want, Kenwright and Moshiri. They just want someone that's just going to be happy with anything. At Burnley, Dyche was just like, oh, you haven't got, we're giving you this, Sean Dyche. You've got to work with it. He worked with a shit budget at Burnley. And he, like I say, the players that he worked with wasn't that good either. and he did it for a long time, so he's used to being walked over. So that scares me with Sean Dyche as well. It's getting beautiful, isn't it? That does scare me, because have Kenwright and Moshiri just got him just to walk all over him. I don't want that to happen. I want Sean Dyche to be in control and say, I kept this team up, don't take the piss. You get these players, otherwise I'm leaving. And I'd respect him for that. I would. I don't want him to leave, because I do think we need him desperately and he's the man, and he'll keep us mid-table this season. But I think he's got to be in control. I really do. For our future, he's got to be in control. And I think he's got to literally, like I say, no attachment to the players. Michael Keane, Branthwaite, both equal. Don't play Keane more. Play who's playing the best more. And you'll end up seeing Branthwaite in more. And I also think that he's got to literally push on this transfer window, because the last thing Dyche come out and said is that we've got some good players. It's like he's not that bothered about getting anyone in. We're desperate for a centre forward. I hope he's just keeping it cool in that sort of way. What of that? I hope he's keeping it cool, but really does want players in and is pushing them really. That's just beautiful, isn't it? I don't know with this season. I'm up and down. I always go to the positive and say, oh, we'll be all right, we'll get players. I still think we can finish like mid-table this season, but it's just going to frustrate me so much that we could be helped by bringing players in certain positions and our job a lot easier. That's what frustrates me. That they're taking the piss. Moshiri and Kenwright are taking the piss and we're not doing nothing about it. That's what frustrates me, but I think we'll be all right. But it just makes our job so much harder if you haven't got a centre forward. We need weapons everywhere. We need wingers, we need centre forwards, and yeah, I've got picked up. The wind's coming now. We need players. We need. Oh, I don't know who we're going to get. I just put a tweet up earlier on saying, at first I went from wanting this El Bilal Toure, Nonto, and some other good young talent that I'd be really happy with getting in. And now you generally do go to that thought that they're just letting this window go by to the very end. They're going to do us over and make us think that we've got something good by bringing in Barkley, bringing in the Rangers lad, striker, fat boy off EastEnders, Traore, and maybe even Shea Adams and that. Like that's a super signing, going to completely mug us off. I don't know. They're absolute plonkers. They really are. Look at that. Anyway, that's me rant. But I've done my rant walking down the beach. Nice scenery, waves, and I'll go back and I'll be chilled. I'll have it off my chest. I'll forget about it. But it's what a lot of us Everton fans are thinking, and I hope, like I say, you've had a listen and you relate to it. That's why I do these. But it's ups and downs. I'm not like that all the time, but I have got that patch in me where I do think absolute idiots. I'm hoping they're gone soon. I really am. After the stadium's done, I'm hoping they're gone, and I'll always call them out for what they are. But we've just got to stick together this season. When we've got what we've got, I'll crack on. When this window's done, I want the window to be done now. Then I can just literally say, right, this is what we've got. Let's just get another season under our belt. I'm just waiting for the new stadium. I want to just get into that new stadium and start fresh and Moshiri go, and then become the team we can get. This is the doom why they're there. They're like a bogey that you just can't flick off yourself. It's just a wet bogey that's just disgusting, and you can't get rid of it. It's just sticking everywhere you try and flick it, and that's what they're probably not the best analogy, but that's literally what they're like, and they do my head in, and I can't wait until they're gone and we can fresh start and people run our club that want to be successful business people, that are going to run it properly, that are hungry to do well with Everton, so they do well and we do well. Win-win situation. Right, look at that. We'll finish on that. Been a good 20-minute rant on Everton, the joys of supporting Everton Football Club. We are born, not manufactured. We're the chosen ones. Who would fucking support Everton? Let's have a look. Who would support Everton? We would. Can't help it. I love being an Evertonian, but the club's got to be run better. Sort it out.